Welcome, welcome, brothers, welcome, sisters. Welcome to our program On Target. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And remember, as soon as we start this program, you can pick up the telephone and give us a call. We never have a subject matter. We speak on anything: politics, religion, socioeconomic issues, even Christmas. We speak about that too. We on We Noise FM in Brooklyn, 94.9. RealFM 91.9 and 91.5. We on YouTube and Facebook. We encourage you always to share, like, spread the word, subscribe to RealFM. Remember, the number to call is 442-0175. We're on the last 2 days in 2024, Tuesday and Wednesday. This is the 6th day in the octave of Christmas. Christmas is a big celebration, and based upon Christianity, it is the 6th day in the octave of Christmas. Not all churches celebrate Christmas. Some of them involve in this celebration so they can run out. Some of the members want the harm and the other issues. But some advance the view that Christ didn't born on that time, so they don't celebrate it. So we're concentrating on those who celebrate Christmas. Peace, joy, hope, and love. A lot of the principles of Christmas is so good. It's so practical. It's so simple. It's helped people to live a better life. And today, while I wait your call, we will go back over the last 12 months for questions we've been asking Deacon Mitchell and the government that be. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, Pierre, good.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah, and thanks for everything, Chori, yeah, man.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah, but you mentioned about the Prime Minister Christmas address, say that he building a prison.
Prison.
I don't understand why a prison. So why not a multi-purpose skill center so other people will to stay out with family's trouble and go and learn a skill and do a job? I don't. And concerning the debate they had after the man represent the agriculture sector on the Saluti man. After I listen to him, I said I don't need to listen to nobody else after he. Like, I think Sinclair, how they call him.
Sinclair.
Yeah, man. He just rip up and destroy that bill, man. Because what I like is he can even mention something about people that have contract for 1 year and 2 years. And if they don't review the contract, if they go refund back the money. When I say I've never thought about this thing on them. Well, I hope they listen to what he say and withdraw back that bill. I tell you, he a good contract himself, man. So take him up here, another good.
Yes, Sinclair is one of the very objective individuals in Grenada. I started to listen to this young man as a youth when he used to write Mr. Quality while he was a teacher. Yes, caller, welcome.
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes,
how are
my
you?
brother. Great, man.
How was the holiday?
Good,
Mr. Pierre?
good. The holiday was good. Christmas is always a very, very, very good time for me.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre, I want to wish you. Yeah, you don't reach in the new year yet, but
Christmas celebration go on right until the 15th of December.
Yeah.
15th of January, sorry.
Yeah. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Mr. Pierre, I want to let the supporters of NNP know the convention over, and then we have a leader, and we have to come together to rescue our nation. Not everything that we want is going to get it. But to rescue our nation, we have to come together, put aside our differences as members of the party, and let us rally around the person that is the leader of the party, that we have to rescue Grenada from this group of politics vultures, a group of vultures that they don't really care about the lower class of people, the less fortunate people, the people they should show the most care about. that these people work hard to shape the future of the people in the Caribbean City Martin. And I want us as NMP, let us do what we do. Let us stay focused on what is on the bread and butter issue, which is important for the livelihood of the people in the Caribbean City Martin. All right? And I want to say also, we had to focus on the voters list. We have to focus on the voters list. Let us see and let us know the people that are on the voters list, if they living in the constituency where they live on. Because a lot of people could be living out of different constituency where they already in other places. If those who are outside and they may come forward on the voters list, we have to look at that. Let us do our work where we should not look upon the weakness of a party to big pictures. We have to do our work to make sure that come next election, we are ready to rescue our nation from the group of vultures. So Mr. Pierre
Yes,
has
scholar.
blessed
Yeah.
action.
And I think I constantly hear people saying you must look at the voter list. That responsibility have to come from the party office. Not everybody. The party have to set up individuals in each polling division, from the polling division, to do that work. When you make this general call on everybody, people ain't bothering you. The party have to set up particular individual, train them. Don't assume nothing, train them. And the people in the polling division would know everybody in the polling division. That's how it has to be done. The people in the polling division. So if there are 7 or 13 polling division in the constituency, they have in that constituency, then they have small committees in each polling division that they train, that is knowledgeable, and go and do that work. Yes, scholar. As I said today, any question you ask, any issue you raise, I will put some emphasis on the question we've been asking in the last 12 months. Yes, scholar, welcome. Go right ahead, caller.
Yeah, no, when I say the people, I am speaking about the people that are selected to look at the voter.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I just emphasizing your point, zeroing in. I like to zero in. I don't broadside. I like to be extremely surgical when we speak it. Yeah. The other general people could help. They could pass information on. But when you get information, you have a small committee in every polling division that look at it. Yeah. And these people normally know everybody in that station. They know who come in late and vote, who does vote early, who are away, who living in Tikolo, but a man living in Kumande, so they go come late. They know everything. It's a small country we in. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother.
And all the best for the season.
Thank you.
And I hope that the new year bring us more maturity in our political behavior, in our attitude to one another, and don't run down somebody or say things unkind about somebody because you against what they say. You could tell them you're against what they say, but you don't have to use derogatory.
Don't go after them personally.
That's right.
You must never do that.
And I want to make it clear, a lot of persons that listen to your program and to other programs on this station, and that station they put people in very derogatory positions, and they must stop that. We have to see, especially.
I don't think they're going to stop. It will take a lot of time. We have to encourage them to stop.
Well, I'm encouraging them to stop because it wouldn't do well to grow the political behavior of the members of any party. And NMPs in a position where they have to build. They have to build. As you all just said, the gentleman just said, you need stalwarts to go out and sort of reform the NMP, because NMP have to do some reforming.
They must.
and they have to take this thing serious. We cannot depend on the love of Dr. Michel again to keep that party going. We have to, if we want to see NMP being a stalwart party there, the persons that are there now in charge have to take initiative lead in every area. I am not satisfied that the NMP is taking enough initiative lead.
Well, they just changed the convention and Christmas just come.
Yes.
So from now on, we'll have to look at them.
Yes.
In all fairness, the convention was in December.
Yes.
And then you have Christmas. So we have to watch them in January.
I agree with that. But there were some areas that was stagnant before that.
Now, obviously, the new leadership and the team, we have to see mark out the way.
Right.
And the party must continue to be inclusive.
Because
there is room for everybody in the house.
Right.
Even though you differ.
Already, and let us say it again. I'm hearing a lot of people saying, well, come election, the present party cannot win. The present government
well, they said that in the last election and they win.
Right. So be careful and let's not sit back and believe that because things going wrong, because some things going wrong, is a takeover. We have to initiate this party into seriousness.
Well, you have to say these things to them in the meetings and encourage them.
I hope that we
I
hope that we see structured meetings.
You are one of the voices that have been repeatedly saying these things.
But some people, when they don't like what I say, when I say it in their favor,
they go after
they go after me.
Not you alone.
But I'm saying it again. Nobody is going to tell me what to say once I have not disrespect anybody.
All right, thank you.
I am going to continue to support the NMP as a party, but we have to see structured movement. Thank you.
Yes, my brother. So we have to look at the questions we've been asking all through the year. And today I'm going to refresh some of them. Because this government have a policy that information is based upon need to know. The government have their own journalists that is in the NDC pocket. And they are not asking these questions. So we're going to ask those questions. One of them, who is the third party that directing our foreign policy? I think this is fundamental and very important. In 1967, we had statehood. We was responsible for our local government. The British was still in charge of our foreign policy. In 1974, we became an independent country and we then become responsible for foreign affairs. So we joined the United Nations. We joined the American, the OECS states. We joined the American, whatever, can't remember, the Organization of American States or somebody. We joined a number of international organizations that we were not able to join in 1967. Grenada was responsible for their own foreign affairs. So when they had the coup d'etat, the British didn't come in because we was responsible for our own destiny. We were able to align with Russia and Cuba and make other decisions. What is taking place now, as far as I'm concerned, is the most fundamental issue that comes about as a result of the NDC government. Who is the third party directing our foreign policy? The Minister of Foreign Affairs was vehemently against signing the Somora Agreement. He said it contradicts the Constitution. He made a number of political shattering statements that it would have been against our people. The Prime Minister said right there and then that he did not read the document. The Prime Minister is a lawyer, you know. He said he did not read the document. So he couldn't comment on it. But he commented on what a Catholic priest from Trinidad said. And the Prime Minister said, morality is a private thing. The Catholic priest from Trinidad commented on the Samoa Agreement, and he believed what was written in the document, some of them, would affect the moral standards of us in the Caribbean. Deacon was not able to comment on the document because he did not read it. But he commented on the Catholic priest's comment that morality is a private thing. I never heard that in my life. So who authorized the signing of the document? The ambassador was not recalled. Deacon should have immediately recalled the ambassador. The foreign minister should have recalled the ambassador. So it appears to me there is a third party higher than Deacon, higher than the foreign minister, higher than the NDC government that is directing our foreign policy. Now, if that is so, I want to ask Deacon Mitchell, how much money you receive? How much money you receive to sell that authority? Nobody gives away that authority. I'm extremely concerned, I'm suspicious that you take money and give the authority to a third person to direct our foreign policy. The Minister of Foreign Affairs evoked revolutionary fervor and passion when he was speaking. I believe he was genuine. From then on, we could clearly observe the emasculation of the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? The Minister of Foreign Affairs was on the agenda to speak. He was withdrawn from the agenda. He went on a press conference or interview with Forrester. He choked. The minister choked because he was sad. He was to the point of tears. He choked. Another time he went public to speak, he choked again. From then on, we saw the Prime Minister seems to have taken away the post of Foreign Affairs from the Minister of Foreign Affairs. And he became the de facto Foreign Affairs Minister. The Minister of Foreign Affairs have been reduced to scrap. I believe he has been domesticated to the point of ridicule. Grenadians in come to support him, and he get himself in cattle belly crossway. So I asked the Prime Minister, who is the third party directing our foreign policy? Second one, I want the Prime Minister to give us justification. Give us reason why you flaunt the rules, the regulation, the laws of the Grenada Development Bank, which was instituted in 1973. In 1973, the government then put regulation in place to close the door to corruption, to prevent the directors of the board and the ministers who choose the directors from taking loan in the bank. It's not that the directors and the ministers was rich and they didn't need loan. It's not that they couldn't qualify for a loan. It is not that they were not Grenadian citizens. They did not want them to unjustifiably take loan from the bank. They knew how weak the flesh is. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So they passed regulations in 1973. The revolutionary came and they did not subvert or circumvent. They did not flaunt the revolution. They thought it was good. They kept it. Mr. Blair's government come. He did not remove it. Bradford government come. He did not remove it. Ben Jones spent a few days. He did not remove it. George Brizan, Keith Mitchell, Tillman Thomas. None of them remove it. So, Deacon, you must give us explanation, justification, and reason why you flaunt the law in the bank and then you raid the bank. You had ministers get millions of dollars from the bank. That was raid. The directors and the bank got loan. People in close associate with you got money to send children away. You raid the bank. You must explain to the public why. Give us justification. When you instituted the policy of information based upon need to know was a corrupt act. You was doing it specifically to hide faults. And the journalists that in your pocket, they will not ask that. They're in your pocket. They feel that if they ask this question, they would lose income. So we need to that. You need to explain to the Grenadian public what is going on in the national lottery. Based upon the rumors, the information we have, the utterances, the action taken by the minister then, the minister you fired, and in the first time in history, a minister was removed from cabinet and had police escort. First time in the history of Grenada. What we are hearing on the outside, the minister was appalled. He was shocked at the level of corruption in national lottery. He complained to you. You did not act. Deacon Mitchell, we want you to explain to the Grenadian public and the diaspora about the corruption in the national lottery. And are you accomplice? Are you benefiting from it? What part you have to play in that level of corruption? The national lottery was started, I think, in Bishop days, in the revolution. And that's one of the hypocrisy of communism. While they're preaching about capitalism, they start the lottery. But it's a good thing. Nothing wrong with that. St. Vincent, they follow the St. Vincent model. We have never heard all through these years about this level of corruption. We have heard about like a sex crime. Anywhere you meet man and you meet beautiful woman, temptation go run. Somebody going to lose their self-control. So Deacon, explain to us. When we ask you a question, you must explain it. Because a little child in school go ask you. A little child in primary school going to get up and ask you, Deacon. That is why we're repeating it. And we dare. We dare and challenge. When we speak, we challenge. All the NDC politicos. We challenge Danley from Ticolor, Ali Hadim, and a comrade Ray, and we brother Willie. Ask Deacon that. You see, it's important because there are many schools of thought that say in a democracy, you get the government you deserve. You can't say that in Russia and Iran and those countries, North Korea, because they have plenty people in jail. They lock up people. Cuba, they still have political prisoners and they don't have freedom of the press. Cuba still locking up people today. But in Grenada, election is free and fair and free from fear. So we get the government we deserve. We want to know from Deacon, what is the value or what was the value of the gifts you received from General Lee? You see, it is rumored widely in the country that General Lee gave you gifts in excess of 30,000 US. That's what we hear. We don't know if it's 29,000 or 31,000. You alone could tell us why you did not retire these gifts to the Integrity Commission. No, because you didn't retire. We're calling on you to retire the gifts. Yes, caller, welcome. Caller, you on. Punch.
Hey, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother.
You know, for the past 12 months, I'll just say the 12 months, you lay some serious charges on this present government. And what I find is funny, none of them never challenge you on those charges that you lay down. So to me,
yes, caller, go ahead. Yeah.
hello?
Yes, go right ahead. You're on.
Yeah, I thought I had lost you.
No. You're there.
Yes. So, I mean, you're doing a great job, man, to inform the public what is really taking place. So in 2025, looking forward for bigger and better things coming. So all the best
Yes, my brother.
and happy New Year, man.
Yes, and in 2025, we're going to make serious suggestion how to drop violence and crime in the Caribbean within 5 to 10 years. There is no need for state of emergency in the medium term and the long term. No need for more prison. What we need to reduce crime in the Caribbean. And we're going to make suggestion. When we speak in Grenada, we dare and we challenge them to take us on. If they feel what we say is not the truth, challenge us. And if they have information, credible information, we will apologize. Just as when we say 70% of the children in Grenada that exit school cannot meet the basic requirement. They're not competitive on the job market. And that is a contributing factor to crime. If it's 69.5%, we will apologize. So we dare and we challenge when we speak. We continue with deacon receiving gift. Not deacon alone that receive gift. But we go after jugglers. So if the priest could play Who Is He, the other ministers receiving gift too. What amount of money deacon made from being an agent in the CBI program? You must tell us how much money you make. Several members of the top echelons of the NDC are agents selling passport. We ask the question, if the Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance, one of the big czars that are many, many boards, Andrea, is involved selling passport, then who is going to do the check and balances? You can't be chief cook and bottle washer. You know, the old people say, you want to be chief cook and bottle washer. If you are agent selling passport, who is going to do the check and balances? One expect the Prime Minister to do the check and balance, and the Minister of Finance to do the check and balance. But if they are agents selling passport, then they have to tell us how much money they make, because they are using government time to do private business. This is one of the biggest deterrent to productivity in the public service. Public officers go say, if they could use government time to run their business, I could use government time to do my business too. That is a formula for low productivity. And when I speak, I dare, I challenge. So all the members of the politicos of the NDC, you could tell me if I'm wrong. If you don't agree with me, that if these individuals ought not to be agents selling passport, one, who is going to do the check and balances? And secondly, they've been using government time to run their business. And as a result of that, they should tell us how much money they make and what percentage they have to give the government. We must know. You see, we are responsible for the government we have. None of us is perfect. All of us fall short of the glory. But if we let evil grow, all of us is responsible. Deacon may not know because he's a political neophyte. But we in Tonglong, we must tell him, you're going down the wrong trajectory. So you have to change. Very, very, very important for the government to know that. If you are agents in the CBI program, and every minute you're flying out of the country, and based upon the information we have, you're going to promote sailor passport from Dubai to Nigeria to Africa to Russia, then you're using government time. It means you squandering the public purse. It is a conflict of interest. Ask my brother Willie. Ask Comrade. They in Tonglong. That is a conflict of interest. So obviously, the year end, tell us how much money you make. In our own unqualified profession, we are not professionals. When we do our research, you stand to make 30 million from the sale of passport. Well, a percentage is government owned. Can you use government time? You travel on government expense. You abandon work that should be done in Grenada while you're in Dubai and Nigeria. We want the Prime Minister to explain to this country what are the circumstances involved. You might have had genuine reasons why you do that. Why did you and your entourage enter Nigeria secretly? The tradition, the culture, the precedent is when the Prime Minister is traveling to another country, Foreign Affairs must know. And foreign affairs must inform the foreign affairs in the other country. Deacon sneaking, you're sneaking into Nigeria. You went to Nigeria secretly. You was admonished. You was chastised. You was diplomatically embarrassed by the governor of Lagos State. He said you come in secretly 2 days and you're riding around with a rich businessman. But you do the right thing now. Why did you bring your children in that meeting? Yes, you could have children. Yes, you could travel with your children. But why they was in that meeting? Why did you go secretly? Why you did not inform Foreign Affairs? Foreign Affairs in Grenada knew nothing about it. You have to tell us. You can tell us. Those questions are there. We want to encourage the journalists in Grenada that you have in your pocket. It is in their interest to help you to give explanation. Because you must answer us. You must. We're going to ask this question, and maybe a child, a 9-year-old, will ask you. You see it happen in the revolution, you know. Some of the revolutionary czars come up in the comforter, and a 9-year-old had them dribbling, you know. When they finished, they wanted to arrest the family. They say, this child could never know this thing. They're underestimating children. You have a number of prodigies among us. So the same thing will happen to you, Deacon. And you just get vexed, you go curse. So let those journalists in your pocket train you. Prepare the answers. I don't want to surprise you. I want you to give good answers. Prepare the answers. We going back and asking questions we've been asking through the whole year. But you could give me a call, you know. The number to call is 442-0175. You see, the hardest thing is to have a discussion from NDC politicals. They're hiding. They can't face the truth. On Facebook, they're attacking you personally. Deacon, you have become an embarrassment to some of the long-standing political defenders of the National Democratic Congress. So we're asking you a question. What is the program you have for the IMAN? Well, you must answer this one. The NDC have a history of attacking the IMAN. You attack them relentlessly. The last time you told them, you'll give them $1,000. When you come in power, you told them they're like your children. How you love them like your children. You would not fire them. And a couple of weeks after that, you fired them. The NDC is the master deceiver in the country. You told them you're going to make them permanent. You tricked them again. You apologized to them in the 2022 political campaign. You told them we make a mistake the last time. We make a political mistake. This time, we will make you permanent. I have never heard that in my life. You lied to them prior to the, I think, 1995 election. 1995, 2008. You lied to them. You told them, we will give you $1,000. The government wasn't treating you bad. All the wicked, they're using you. When you come in power, And they ask you, people ask you, would you fire us? You say, no, we love you as we own children. And then you fire them. And for 5 years, they was outside a Coco Jenna pie. Coco Jenna pie. When the government won the election in 2013, Kit Mitchell called on the union, he called Chester, he called Madonna, he called group, he said, help me, help me. I look at the eyes of the young people. I can't do it alone, help me. All of them come. Kit Mitchell employed about 4,000 young people. What? Within 6 months of coming to power, 4,000 people were employed under the IMAN program. Yes, Color Punch.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes, my brother.
Mr. Pierre, it seems like you're living in the sun of darkness. Mr. Pierre, this new administration, Mr. Pierre, has been doing so much, Mr. Pierre. Mr. Pierre, they had addressed the minimum wage, which the NMP did not touch, Mr. Pierre. And I hear you talking about IMAN. Mr. Pierre, thank God of the new administration. They increased the salary from 700 to 1,000 to 500, Mr. Pierre. They paid the pension restoration. If it wasn't for the election, Mr. Pierre, the past government would have appealed the case in 2022, Mr. Pierre. Mr. Pierre, they give us free tertiary education for college, Mr. Pierre. This new pension plan for public sector, you all are criticizing this, Mr. Pierre. Huh? Mr. Pierre, the new administration is doing so much. And why you all not saying the good they are doing?
Color.
Huh?
Color.
Yes, Mr. Pierre.
When I speak, I dare and I challenge. You have said something that is not the truth. But when I speak, I dare them to take me on you. And I challenge them. And I promise them, if you advance credible evidence, I will come back and change my view. This government increased the minimum wage, but they're not paying it. And number of workers working for $40 a day, government, health workers, public workers, number of workers they're not paying. And as a result of that, some people in the private sector are reverting to lower wages.
Mr. Pierre.
Color.
Mr. Pierre.
Color.
Yeah, listen.
When you color, when you speak, we encourage people to speak the truth. Go ahead.
Mr. Pierre, you always saying that unemployment would have increased because as a result of the increasing minimum wage. Mr. Pierre, there are records to show that unemployment have decreased. Mr. Pierre, we have to be factual.
Did I say, caller, anything I said this morning, do you believe it is the truth or is it false?
False, Mr. Pierre.
What I said is false?
You don't have facts, Mr. Pierre, in most of what you are saying.
Okay, thank you.
No facts.
Yeah. You say I don't have facts and you can counter any facts. So that is one of the issues. So we believe that the government went to Nigeria, Dick Mitchell and his entourage went to Nigeria secretly. And he was chastised, diplomatically embarrassed. He refused to inform Foreign Affairs, and we need Deacon to give us some explanation why. He might have a reason. You see, he might have justifiable reason. But the governor of Lagos State chastised him. He said, you come in secretly. So Deacon need to tell Grenadians why you went in secretly. And those are the questions we're asking. And we were on the IMAN. And I believe if it's one explanation and justification that the Deacon-led government must give is on the IMAN. You ought not to do that to the young people. You see, the IMAN program is as a result of thousands of Grenadians do not have what it takes to get a job in the job market. So the government comes up with this idea to take them on board, put them in a holding area, provide income for them, and provide opportunities for them to further their education, to get job experience, to make certain that they don't, as a result of doing that, they don't turn to crime, and to preserve their dignity. And I considered it as the best program instituted in the last 100 years to give young people a second chance. Now, if you're going to dismantle the program, we expect you to come up with something better. You're not improving the program. Now, the income that these individuals was getting between $700 to $1,000. I want the caller that called just there to hear that. The income that they was getting is between $700 to $1,000. But some of them was getting $1,300 plus because they did some CVQ or CVY or CV3. So when they did one of the CV, the government gave them a little incentive on their salary. So some of them was getting up to $1,300. The government increased it by 5 and decreased those that was getting up to $1,300. The government decreased their money. Now who does that? And the government just lie. The government decreased some of their money. And then the government just lie. And it's unfortunate and sad. What you're doing, you're tricking young people. You're tricking young people that begging you for a chance. You're deceiving them. So the government must explain to the public. I think that is about 7 or 8. Let me go to 9. 9. The government have 2,000 houses they got from the Chinese. Between 2008 2013, the NDC government tried to lobby the Chinese to take back 1,000 houses and give them $40 million. About $40 million. I want to be correct. It could be 39.9 million, but about 40 million. The opposition had wind of it, and complained viciously. So that never go through. In the process, it is rumored that the government gave the Chinese permission to put up structures that the NNP refused to give them permission to do. Let me repeat that. The government went to the Chinese to give up 1,000 houses and give them about 40 million instead. That was in 2008, 2013. The Chinese wanted to put up a structure that the NNP objected to. And the Chinese is the master diplomat in the world. So the NDC gave them permission to put up the structure. But the NDC did not get the $40 million. The Chinese built the house. Deacon Mitchell chastised the government, called them criminal alternative for not giving the people the house. And when he won election, he took back the keys. He took back the keys from about 90 of the houses in Carriacou, or the apartments or room or whatever you call it. People had the permission. They rescind. That is the legal good academia word, rescind. But we don't just say take back. A disaster took place in Carriacou. The majority of the houses in Carriacou were seriously damaged. Carriacou did not have the experience Grenadians had with hurricanes. In 1955, they were not badly treated as Grenada. In Ivan, they were not badly treated as Grenada. In Emily, they was not brutalized as Grenada. So it's the first time Carriacou has been seriously brutalized in a couple decades. The government used police to prevent people from rescuing inside the house. And the houses are there. And some kayaks still under tarpaulin. What we are hearing on the ground is the government want to sell the houses, give people in the diaspora. Now tell me if that is right. Now, my comrade Ray, tell me if that is right. My brother Willie, tell me if that is right. Ali Hadim, tell me if that is right. Danley from Ticolo, tell me if that is right. People in the diaspora, tell me if that is right. How could we do us that? How could the people we choose to represent us deceive us like that? Somebody called Deacon Dr. Deceiver. And I adopt that term. Deacon is the politician that has deceived people the most in the country. No other politician after 1967 has deceived people as Deacon Mitchell and his gang. So we seek give us some explanation. You may have some mystical reason. Maybe you have drum in the house. You may have some reason why you believe the 100-house unit in Carriacou. You call them condominiums. They move from houses to what? Condominiums or what? I think that is an American term. Why? How could you do your own people that? Yes, I think you qualify to be the master deceiver in the country. We have heard many other statements about housing. At one stage, they were speaking about 500 house unit Grenadian style. Grenadian style houses. That means you have a house and you have a piece of land. Not an apartment. Not a big building where a number of houses are like in the United States apartment. A Grenadian style house. You have a house, you have your own toilet, you have a piece of yard to plant. Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, my caller.
The road workers, they're working on the road. They're working for $40 a day. $40 a day. Is that they're working for?
Yes. While the government raised the minimum wage, the government is the biggest defaulter, the biggest culprit of the minimum wage.
So when the government do that, why expect the
private sector to
follow the government?
But the only reason why they still have a lot of them, the majority of them are NDC supporters. Because they don't, you have to see trouble to get a work there as an NNP.
And Mr. Pierre, you remember when NDC came in, I think in 2008? They
took out $10 from the wage.
$10.
Yeah.
And they take out $10 and they wanted to give the workers more work.
Poor people terrorists. One individual called them poor people terrorists.
I'm saying, what happened again? Eh? You see, this government going and the passing laws, right? The passing, they're saying that, and they're not doing it. So this
Yes.
color tell us something like different increase. How could you just say increase something when you don't put it into existence? Right? It don't happen. So if it
Time
don't
running out
happen, you can't
fast,
say they
color.
do that. The only
Time running out
you
fast,
telling the
color.
color the truth.
Color
But you
time
telling
running
the
out
people false.
fast.
I hear
Open
that.
back tomorrow.
It's a fair leader.
Use the new ball to start tomorrow. And we will continue tomorrow to ask questions and to tell somebody lies that this government, so we will take off right where we left off today. Asking questions, trying to avoid repeating what we ask because there's a lot of more questions to ask. How we call the government a fake. We consider them as vultures. We advance the view that they are poor people terrorists and master deceivers. And we bring justification, reasons, example. We draw reference. And we dare them. And we challenge the government to take us on. We have a number of issues to continue to speak about. But we will rest with the questions today and we'll pick it up tomorrow. Because in the month of January, for the entire month, the program, I will not be on the program on target. I do hope that I could get a chance to do 1 and 2, but it's difficult. I have a new venture that I started and my presence is needed there. And the time of the day is kind of tough and hard to come to the program because I'll have to move from about 10 o'clock in the morning to make the necessary preparation, moving straight through. But there are a number of issues we will discuss. One of the issues we will discuss in the new year, we will make concrete, simple, practical suggestion to drop the crime rate in the Caribbean. We will point out what should be done to reduce crime in the Caribbean. And every time we make a statement, we dare, we challenge others to refute that if that is being done, crime could be reduced in the Caribbean within the next 5 to 10 years. We are not going to take issue with the emergency, the steps government take. That is just emotional. We're talking about genuinely reducing crime in the Caribbean between 5 to 10 years. And we want to encourage you to think about ways that you could reduce crime in the Caribbean. On Saturdays, we'll have our program on Studio Galaxy. You could always subscribe to Studio Galaxy on YouTube, and you will get the program on Saturdays. One on agriculture, one on pure politics. And if we are able to do it in the night perhaps afford us some more time, we will start the program, How to Reduce Crime in the Caribbean between 5 to 10 years. We want to thank you very much. We want to thank you quite a lot for the support that you have provided for us during the year. Thank you very much.